Hi everyone, it's Kasia from Tarot Map, and today I just want to share some deck love. I was lucky enough to receive a few trades, few amazing trades. I've shared a lot of them. I've got the Temptress Tarot, Dark Days Tarot, Serpentfire Tarot, which I showed, and yesterday I got two last decks I was waiting for from the trades, and this is this amazing La Corte dei Tarocchi, which, you know, I love historical decks. I love Tarot de Marseille, I love peep decks. This is like my first and foremost passion in tarot, but I for some reason didn't feel drawn to buy this deck. I had a deck from Il Menegolo, and they amazing decks, handmade, beautiful. But I remember trading it for Nigel Jackson Tarot, and I didn't miss it, you know. So for some reason I thought, just another, beautiful deck. I can skip it. But I managed to get it from a trade, and I'm so bloody excited. I'm not sure how that works, if they sell out from the 400 down or from 400 up, I'm not sure, but this is the 375 from 400. Comes with this amazing box with the little spider and, you know, the seal. And I'm pretty sure most of you know this deck, you know, it's very now well known deck, and a lot of us have it. But these are the backs. The deck is huge, and it's kind of, I think what I really love about this deck is this paper. It's different to the deck I had before from Il Menegolo. It's more textured. It's very amazing tactile experience when you touch this deck, and also the coloring is just so stunning. It has this old feel to it. It's very narrow and like long. So if this is like just a regular tarot deck, this is like nearly half of, like, you know, this is half of it and longer. But for some reason you are able to shuffle it this way, so the length, the length way, it's okay. It's not the easiest deck to handle, but it's possible. It's not making it very hard as you would think it would, because it's kind of like this paper finish, you know. You cannot definitely riffle shuffle it because it will bend. You have to be careful with it because it can bend very easily. It's, you know, it's like paper. It doesn't have any lamination on it, except probably for some kind of protection for the images, I think, but you cannot feel it. So it shuffles quite well like this. If you have bigger hands, you can also shuffle it this way, but you have to like just split it in a few smaller sizes. You cannot like take the whole deck and shuffle it this way. So it's a pip deck, as I said, and I just show you a few cards that pop up. So this is the Wheel of Fortune. Just the coloring of it, the feel, this texture, and that it's got a little owl in the back. It makes the experience of reading cards like really stunning. I'm seriously surprised because I haven't expected it at all. I thought I will love the deck because it's bloody amazing and lovely, but I didn't expect it to like it so much, and I do. I love it. It's a great experience to actually hold it and to play with it. I enjoy that it looks different through this length and not width, and so these are the peeps. And the names are in Italian, but it's quite easy to guess what it is. So if you do not like peeps, this probably won't be a deck for you. But if you like the historical decks, or, you know, like historical in the meaning of like they look a little bit aged, because this deck was created or painted by Anna Maria Donofrio. and her artwork is used in this deck, so it's not some deck that was found old and restored. No, she's like a modern person. She just chose to illustrate the cards in this medieval kind of style. And as you can see, it's got this artistic flair to it, which makes it like really, really amazing. And when you put a few cards together, they do look quite stunning. So maybe let's pull a card for ourselves. Today it's a Saturday, so let's ask how can we best use this day for each of one of us? How can we best use the energy of this day? Nine of Wands, so it seems like for a Saturday, it's a lot of action going on. I think, you know, this middle wand can show that we've got to have some strong foundation, because there might be a lot of stuff hitting us from all the other angles. We might choose also to like extend ourselves in many different ways. So just a word of caution. Be careful not to extend yourself too much, but at the same time, you know, just enjoy spreading your wings. Look, it reminds me of a little bag. It's a head, body, and wings. So you can fly high today, I think, and a lot of fire. Oh, there is a little bag. That's cool. And this is a Nine of Wands, so quite an energetic day ahead of us. Let's enjoy it. So this deck, amazing deck. I wanted to show you also the Moon card because I love it. The High Priestess is beautiful too. And oh, the Judgment is quite cool. The Devil, I quite like it because he's like, do you guys really want to stay on that chains? Like, you can go. So he's not very scary in that matter. But the Moon, I quite like the Magician too. The Magician is usually not my favorite card, but this one has something unique about it. Maybe it's the look at his face. And the Moon. Of course, it's going to be, oh, the Hangman is so cute, held by these two bears. Oh, I tell you guys, this deck just feels so good in your hand. It's stunning. Hello, Moon. Ah, there it is. So you've got the moon phases, which is awesome. You've got the crustacean, you've got the dogs, you've got the towers, you've got all the elements which I like to have in the moon. And then you also got this moon, and it doesn't look so scary, which is cool, but it takes a lot of space on the card. So I love the cyclical feel to this one, and what my intuition, you know, goes for when I see a card like this. So this is the La Corte del Tarocchi, or dei Tarocchi, by Il Menegolo. And then I got also the World Spirit Tarot. I'm not sure which edition that is, to be honest. It's one with the Buddha baby as the Sun card. It comes with this little booklet. It doesn't really say, it says artwork 2001, Llewellyn Publications, printed in Belgium 2001, so maybe it's the first edition. It's got the book, as the black and white illustrations in the book and descriptions. The card backs are like these, so this time kind of thing, and I love the backs. And I kind of was drawn to this deck just because the artwork, I don't usually like the black decks, I don't know, not my style, but this was done in lino cuts, I think, so it's got like a different feel to it. It has this like the roughness, which I like. It's not the, you know, so pretty and all perfect and all the faces are kind of beautiful. I kind of like the decks that are a little bit off the normal pretty scale. If you get what I mean. It changed the, it has the it has different names for court cards. So there's Sage, Sibyl, I think there's a Seer, Temperance card, lovely wings, and Four of Cups. Yeah, there's a Seeker for the Knights. Some interesting illustrations for the minors. So this is Three of Swords and Five of Swords. So as you see, very closely based on Rider-Waite-Smith. And Seer, yes, that's for the page. I like how she called the court cards. Six of Cups. So I like the tower because the perspective of the card looks totally different. So you kind of look from the top of the tower and this person is falling down. Here you can see the little bridge connecting how you can get into the castle. So that's quite cool. There's a few cards which are really gorgeous. The moon is quite interesting. Nice choice of colors. Very kind of ephemeral and like dreamlike, little bit psychedelic. I quite like Hermit in this deck. Three of Pentacles, it's nice. Seer of Wands, that's I think Page of Wands. The Hierophant. It's like, yo, you bend people. Seer of Cups, it's quite cool as well. So the Page of Cups. Oh, the Hermit. I love the Hermit. It's beautiful. Kind of quite alive. And there, yeah, you can feel this fertility and creative spirit in this lady for sure. Death. It's interesting with this Phoenix rising. I quite like the Sibyl. Sibyl is for the Queen. Queen of Swords. And the Fool. Woohoo! The High Priestess, interesting with this huge shadow. It's if like lifting the veil can put you on a journey to meet your shadow. I quite like this. And the Wheel of Fortune. My Stalker card, it's quite interesting here as well. It's kind of keeping the balance, otherwise you can fall, but that kind of stops you from moving forward. Seven of Pentacles, interesting too. So it's quite a funky deck. Yeah, we'll see. I'm curious how I will go with it. I quite enjoy the artwork and some of the depictions. I like that it's so multicultural and different. Has a few interesting takes on some cards. But I got it yesterday, so I haven't really worked with it for any period of time. Just pulled a few cards here and there. I saw somebody picking this card as a weird card. It is quite weird, isn't it? Why doesn't this guy have clothes? But even if doesn't matter, but okay, he's naked, whatever, but there's these three kids in this pentacle, like they protected what from him? It's a bit of a weird card. There's a Maypole for the Four of Wands, which I think fits the energy great. For the spring, Eight of Swords is quite destructive looking. Ten of Wands reminds me of Anna K. Tarot a lot. Devil, not my favorite devil. She's funny. So, oh, this one is quite cool. And Seven of Cups, I like it. Like a dreaming, envisioning. And the World card. It's quite nice. Woohoo! She's off. So as you can see, it's got a lot of mixture of everything, positive, negative, different cultures, different looking people. That Serpentfire tarot, I keep working with it for myself because I think it's going to be a personal deck. And I have to tell you that it's quite amazing. I love this judgment card when you like enlighten, you know, like you make these connections in your brain. Your brain is enlightened. It's like the head got cut through, and then your brain, it's like this cosmic piece of star, you know. You kind of awaken your brain to the possibility of you being divine, the cosmic being, in a way kind of following your purpose, your potential in life. So that's quite cool. I have pulled I have pulled the devil, and I like this devil here. You've got this reversed pentacle. You've got two snakes, two cobras, so quite fiery, and this kind of, you know, like the parallel view. So you've got this double thing going on when you can see yourself reflected in the other. I quite like it. It's King of Wands with this awakening Kundalini for the fire guy who like rules over fire element. It's quite interesting. What else did I pull? I pulled this Five of Pentacles. I find it like it's very different. Let's check what the booklet says. Five of Pentacles. The keyword, it's Mercury in Taurus. So this deck works kind of with astrological associations. I'm not sure if it's connected to Thoth system. I have to check, but the keyword is reflective brooding. So the key is isolation, negative beliefs, obsession, and difficult communication. So it is a little bit different to Rider-Waite-Smith meaning, for example. But you can have this sense of her being kind of lost in like some maze because there is nothing around her, but there is a little door where the light shines, where she can go through. So within at this orienting maze, a portal opens. In it stands a woman peering into a barren desert. There is not another soul in sight. With this card, we have lost our direction. We have lost our ability to get out our needs across. And this may lead to turmoil in our relationships. We need to recuperate our powers of communication, but by taking the time to process our thoughts methodically. And shadow of this card is the breakdown of communication has perhaps already taken place, and it's time now to pick up the pieces and find a common ground. Draw a card to discover how you can draw strength from this current situation and find the right words to help heal any wounds which may have taken place. And there's a mantra for each card, and this one says, "My heart leads my voice into truth." So let's pull another card. How we can heal this. Nine of Pentacles. Oh, that looks like she kind of went through, doesn't it? She went through. There is Venus in Virgo. So she kind of found her maybe artistic expression and creativity and her truth. She went through this portal. She went for it and she's out. She's still in the desert, but now she kind of feels she's got this third eye lit up. She feels like she understood something and she knows where she's going now. So maybe something like this, who knows. But as you see, this deck lives itself very well for intuitive reading because it has so many kind of psychedelic looking strange collages. So maybe for client readings, I'm not sure. I just don't know it that well yet, but for myself I really like to play with it because when I read for myself I'm a little bit more maybe open to possibilities, to not getting things right. When you read for clients you kind of try to read with trusted decks, so which you have tried over time. But this deck is definitely an interesting deck, so I'm going to play with it. I love this Three of Wands. It's so cool. What does it say? Let's just, last thing, because it's getting long. Three of Wands. It's Sun in Aries, and it's finding integrity. A woman sits in the lotus position, preparing to meditate. She is multiplied, cascading outward and inward like breath work. She is a color spectrum radiating through frequencies as she breathes. Harmony has come to full bloom. We are feeling a sense of alignment in thought, word, and deed. I like that. There is an inner and outer luminousness, which prevents external strife to penetrate the core. We are wide open, vulnerable, yet strengthened in our resolution. Now is a great time to make important decisions with centeredness. And the shadow is, there may be work to do in order to feel in touch with your confidence. Draw another card to explore how you can find this. And mantra, I'm radiant inside out. So the book is really cool. It's a good deck. I'm enjoying it. And the Aquarian deck I got from Lisa, it's, you know, there is something about classic decks that that's why we kind of keep back to using them, because they bloody work. I recently watched, I think, New Age Hipster's video on why she was explaining why she uses always, I can't remember which deck, but one of her decks for readings, because she said it bloody works. And this deck, it bloody works. I had a few strange experiences with this deck already. I had a client reading yesterday, and I pulled some cards before the reading, and then I used different reading in a I used different deck in a reading with this client, but the most important card kind of got repeated in what I pulled before the reading and what happened in the reading. And then for myself, a few times I've done a reading with it, and I was just blown away. So it's a great deck, and this one is from 1993, and it doesn't have, you know, the white borders, and it's got gorgeous colors. It's not as saturated by the but the pinks are more saturated, so it makes the sword suit especially looking really gorgeous. I love the use of pink in swords, because that's like adding the additional heart energy to your head, so, you know, connect also your heart to your thinking. And the colors in this deck are stunning in general, like really gorgeous. Also the Art Nouveau, and, you know, this how it all looks artistically, it's gorgeous. So I'm very excited. How beautiful is this Queen of Swords? Very excited about this deck and very grateful. So this has gotten quite a long video for me, but I've got new internet, so I'm checking how long it will take to upload this thing. And I will speak to you soon. I hope you enjoyed it. I love sharing the new decks, and I speak to you soon. Bye.